A wide V-tapered back is a hallmark of a well-built physique, and to achieve this, focusing on the lats is essential. And while cable exercises and pull-ups are some of the best exercises for lat development, you may not always have access to this type of equipment. Fortunately, the lats can be trained effectively with nothing more than a set of dumbbells. And that's exactly what I want to share with you today. 7 dumbbell-only lat exercises you're not doing. But first, let's quickly go over the basic anatomy of the lats and their functions, as this will give us a better idea of how to train them more optimally. The lats originate from various points along the spine in the mid and lower back, with all sections inserting at the top of the humerus. This muscle is divided into 3 sections: superior or thoracic, middle or lumbar, and inferior or pelvic, each contributing to the overall function of the lats. The lats are responsible for 2 primary functions: shoulder adduction, or bringing your arms down at your sides, and shoulder extension, or bringing your arms down from out in front of you. Since we're focusing on dumbbell-only movements, our attention will be on the lats' role in shoulder extension, given the limitations of free weights and the need to work against gravity in a vertical plane. So now that we understand what muscles we're targeting and what they're responsible for, let's jump into the 7 dumbbell-only lat exercises you're not doing, but probably should be. Exercise number 1, tripod row. By putting your leg up on a bench during a dumbbell row, you're creating instability by asymmetrically loading the pelvis, forcing you to engage your core and hip musculature to a greater degree. With the tripod row, you'll keep both feet on the ground with the non-working arm placed firmly on the bench. This immediately makes the dumbbell row more stable. One big mistake most trainees make when performing dumbbell rows is they twist their torso to heave the weight up. The tripod row, however, helps to prevent this from happening, since it forces you to keep your hips and shoulders square. Not only does this result in stricter form, which leads to better tension on the lats, but it also helps avoid the heavy rotational load at the spine. To effectively engage the lats with this movement, I want you to have the dumbbell in front of your head in the lengthened position and pull it diagonally into your hip crease on the same side. By following this line of pull, you're engaging all of the lats divisions in the shoulder elevation angles where they have the most leverage for extension. And this study, published in the International Journal of Exercise Science, found that peak forces were significantly higher when the upper arm was positioned closer to the body compared to when it was elevated. Exercise number 2, close grip incline row. A chest-supported row is great for building the back because it provides unparalleled stability. This allows you to concentrate fully on engaging the lats without worrying about balance or torso positioning. The stability offered by this exercise reduces the activation of stabilizer muscles in the legs, hips, and lower back, directing maximum tension to your back muscles. To set up, position the bench at an incline of around 30 to 45 degrees. According to this study, the lats shoulder extension moment arms peak between 25 and 55 degrees of arm elevation. Keep the focus on the lats by driving the elbows back only until they align with your torso, maintaining maximum tension in the lats. Pulling past this point shifts the workload to the scapular retractors. This subtle adjustment allows you to target your lats more effectively instead of being a lats and upper back exercise. Exercise number 3, underhand bent over rows. The traditional bent over row uses a pronated grip, which makes it great at symmetrically targeting the entire back. The underhand grip, however, makes this a more lat-focused row. Thus, this variation emphasizes the lats over the back muscles, promoting greater activation and, of course, better gains. And for those experiencing joint discomfort, the supinated grip also puts you in a more externally rotated position, which can be more comfortable compared to a more pronated grip. Not only that, but this underhand variation increases biceps activation as they gain a mechanical advantage, making it easier to perform more reps or lift heavier weights. Exercise number 4, Croc Rows. The goal here is to use body momentum strategically to handle significant weight for as many reps as possible. This explosive, high-repetition approach might be just what's missing from your training to spur new growth in your lats. For the setup, keep your shoulders higher than your hips and position your back at about a 15-degree angle to the floor. Keep both legs planted on the floor and use the other arm to support your torso for better stability. During the row, let your shoulder drop fully at the bottom to feel a stretch in your lats. At the peak, focus on pulling your elbow back until your upper arms are parallel to your torso, ensuring a strong contraction for the lats. Pull the dumbbell in a straight line from below your chest to the lower rib cage and lightly touch your rib cage at the top of each repetition. While we do want some body English, avoid relying on momentum too much as it diminishes the exercise's effectiveness. Exercise number 5. Dumbbell Meadows Row. What makes the Meadows Row particularly valuable is its ability to deliver an effective back workout without the need for a bench. Plus, unlike its fixed motion counterpart, dumbbells provide freedom of movement and thus a more comfortable and effective rowing position. To start, get into a staggered stance with your working side leg stepped back. Brace for support by holding onto the knee of the opposite leg with your free arm for stability. A key detail here is the arm path. While the T-bar variation will force you to row away from your body as you pull up, using dumbbells allows the elbow to stay as close to the body as possible, which increases activation of the lats. Pull the weight towards your lower rib cage or hip, aiming to lightly touch your torso. And due to the pronated arm position, the dumbbell may limit how much you can contract. But again, this is a good thing since we don't want to overextend the shoulder and end up working the scapular retractors more than the lats. Exercise number 6, Helms Row. Similar to the conventional chest-supported rows, the Helms Row also involves using an incline bench for support and stability. However, this variation will have you positioned on the opposite side of the bench. Like any chest-supported row variation, this allows you to fully focus on targeting your back muscles without the need for stabilizing your core or lower back. This isolation ensures that you can maximize muscle engagement in your lats while minimizing the risk of form breakdown or lower back strain. Not only that, but if you're limited to just dumbbells and a bench and have nothing to prop your heavy dumbbells on, it offers a simpler setup. If you're lifting heavy, the traditional chest-supported row may require a low incline to ensure you can reach the dumbbells on the floor. This variation, however, allows you to approach the bench with the heavy dumbbells in hand and simply rest your chest on it to begin the exercise. And exercise number 7, Seal Rows. Seal rows are an exercise where you lie face down on a flat bench with your chest supported and perform a rowing motion with the dumbbells. When it comes to isolating the target muscle, this is one of the best choices out there. Not only does it remove lower back involvement compared to the other rowing variations on our list, but it also eliminates the lower body completely. Simply put, the entire rep will only involve the lats and its synergist. To perform this exercise, start by positioning yourself face down on a flat bench that's elevated enough to allow a full range of motion. Grip the dumbbells with a neutral grip. With your body flat against the bench, pull the weight directly towards your abdomen, focusing on contracting the lats hard. Lower the weights back to the starting position with control, allowing your arms to fully extend and repeat. So, There you have it, 7 dumbbell-only lat exercises you're not doing but should be. And while you don't need to include them all in your training, alternating between a few of these will help bring up those lagging lats, especially when equipment is limited. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below as it'll truly help out the channel. And if you're looking to further optimize your back training, check out our video, The Only 3 Exercises You Need for a Bigger Back. As the name suggests, there you'll learn the only 3 movements you really need for building a wider and thicker back. Also, if you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel, all we ask is that you subscribe for more videos and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.